Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about Uber Eats updates. So Uber Eats have been experiencing some updates, and some of them have not been all that outspoken. Some they notified us, some are just general aesthetics, which I barely even talk about anymore. And some have been kind of quiet, and unless you've been paying attention, I don't think everybody would notice it. So with that said, we are talking about some of the updates that have come on the Uber Eats platform, what they are saying, what they're not saying, and versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain is never intended to be legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that we're going to be going over is very market dependent, and what applies to me in my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. Okay, so for this, we're going to start with the general updates they specifically notified us about. Account alerts update. Last year, we announced major changes to our deactivation processes, including a way for drivers and couriers to provide new information to support their case. Soon, we'll start sending clear in-app alerts to drivers whose accounts are at risk of being deactivated based on certain safety reports. With the new reports experience, you can share a description of what happened and recordings or photos that would better explain your side of the story before it affects your account status. This is something available on the Doordash platform whenever you get a contract violation. This would effectively be a equivalent to that. This way you could actually provide them information based on what took place during an order in the event that you get an account notice or an alert. That said, however, Uber is known to send these notices and alerts even when it's them specifically who asked you to do something for the order. Like every time I do a return on an order, like some reason the customer isn't available and they're forcing me to return it because either alcohol or it's not the kind of delivery they allow for contactless, whatever that may be, I am forced to bring it back and suddenly I get the account violation for that. Like, what the hell is that? I've had so many arguments with support over the phone, which effectively was useless, and every time I was told that
it doesn't affect your account, don't worry about it, it's just a notice we send to everybody.
Meanwhile, I could feel the throttling on my account with less orders coming in, so they're full of shit. Which is why I'm such a big proponent of diversifying your gig portfolio and developing an exit strategy, but more on that later. Either way, I can't imagine this is going to make a world of difference, but in the event that it does, if you can add recordings or photos, this is a great reason to get a dash cam or a body cam if you're not rocking those already. Keeping merchants accountable. We'll be sharing important information with delivery customers, restaurants, grocery stores, and other merchants on Uber Eats to explain what respectful interactions with couriers look like. If you ever feel unsafe or experience harassment or discrimination of any kind while using the Uber platform, please report it in the app. With your feedback, we could take appropriate action. Okay, I'm all for the concept of holding discriminating merchants accountable, especially when they are known to literally delay our order by 20 minutes, when in reality they could take 2 minutes and make it. Fast food places are notorious for that. Some of the newer platforms have already been doing that. I can't imagine this is going to do anything new. Also, we had the ability to rate the merchant in the past, and they took that away, resulting in more discrimination than ever before. Now they claim that you can make a report and things are definitely going to change now. Yeah, right. I think making this announcement is a way for them to combat my method of handling merchants that operate this way. Being that you can make a review on platforms like Yelp, TripAdvisor, Google, etc. And that causes much more permanent damage to a business and makes it clear that that behavior is not tolerated towards gig workers. I have done this in the past many times, and some have even led to businesses getting shut down because their actions shoot themselves in the foot at the end of the day. That also said, I also believe in the prospect of integrity of influence. If you are going to make bad reviews of people who are doing the wrong thing, make sure you also leave good reviews on people who are doing the right thing by you. That way you're not just some angry person online. All of the other written updates they mentioned were about Uber rideshare, and the rest of the updates in this video they haven't been so vocal about. Uber Connect and Eats are one. Among the more silent updates on the platform, we have the combining programming of Uber Connect and Uber Eats. You used to be able to turn on and off those orders without any problems, and it was the entire point of setting up the filtering system in the app so you could turn on different types of orders and turn off different types of orders. And that way you're not getting bombarded with orders you would never take. Now you have to receive them and decline them regardless. Definitely not a fan of this update because in some markets, people have reported that acceptance rate matters when they need access to the Uber Pro Rewards program, which has perks they use because they implemented an AR requirement within it. The perks in my area aren't worth the losses, but that's really not the point. The point is that if they're going to have those deals that require higher prices, then they can't be combining everything like that. Otherwise, people are just going to look for those programs elsewhere. Why would I go through Uber Eats, which requires me to have a certain amount of AR, when I could go literally anywhere else or even direct with these companies? No more ordered canceled fee. I received a few comments about this and a message on my Instagram about this. Anthony Girolamo, I really hope I said that right. Thank you so much for messaging me about this and making this part of the video possible. Hey, I'm not sure if you have received this or had to deal with it. I had an order that the restaurant never received. After driving to the restaurant and contacting Uber support, the representative said they no longer provide reimbursement, and once they canceled the order on their end, my cancellation rate went up even though it was not my fault. Now, I haven't had this problem recently, but from what I heard, it really depends on what agent you get on the line. What a lot of people have stated is that if they don't get an agent on the line in the first couple of tries to do their job, they just don't see it as worth it. Of course, that is what Uber is banking on, and the most frustrating part about this is they're kind of right. $3 isn't worth an hour over the phone, and this is someone who has fought furiously with them over the phone multiple times to get tip baits back, to get that $3 payout, etc. I am all for fighting against them and getting every dime you deserve, and yes, it really does come down to who you get as a support agent, but fighting with them over the phone is really not the best way to hold these companies accountable. What I have been doing recently, and have been doing for a while now really, is diversifying my gig portfolio and developing an exit strategy, so that way I'm never worried about getting the wrong people to do the right thing. And we are even helping others accomplish the same thing utilizing the Driven Wyld Discord server. The Driven Wyld Discord community is exclusive for gig workers looking to expand their knowledge and expertise in their self-employment and entrepreneurial journeys. I partnered with high-level professionals to bring you some of the most exclusive needs based on your personal needs as a gig worker. Exclusive professional opportunities and gig postings. More live streams with high-level professionals in our industry. Educational systems designed to help you build your own dispatch company as well as other scalable opportunities. Whether you're a gig worker looking for more opportunities to earn or looking for an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal, and you would like something with a lot more growth potential and scalability, there is something here for you. Check the link in the description and get started on making the most amount of money in the least amount of time and in the safest possible way. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.